Hello there, Aries, and welcome to your timeless oracle messages. I hope you're doing good. Now, Aries, let's find out what Spirit wants you to be aware of when it comes to your current situation. You need to pause. Okay, you're being asked to pause before making a quick decision and moving forward. Allow yourself to step back, look at all of the possible outcomes, and make sure you're headed in the right direction before moving forward. Okay, so don't rush into anything. In fact, rushing into something, whether it's decisions or, some type of action, really think about it and think about where it's leading you because Spirit is gifting you some type of um, situation where you don't need to feel like you have to rush or hurry up or be in a race. Okay. Now let's continue and see what else Spirit wants you to know with this pause. Look at that. We've got the Hermit here. Now, the Hermit, if you notice, the Hermit is taking very careful steps here, right? Looking at all possible outcomes, looking at all that is before us with that lantern. Even in the darkest time, Aries, you still have enough light to show you the way. And also, Spirit is saying take really good care of your health. If, for those that have been feeling maybe not so energetic, or perhaps there's some type of there's some type of ailment going on. And Spirit is saying just pause and pace yourself, okay? Now, with the Hermit there, we do have Virgo coming through. So let's see what else Spirit will give us. Because again, this Hermit is pausing before taking that next step. There's something about proceeding subtly, quietly, softly, and slowly. Wow, okay, this is no joke. If you look at the Hermit card, you see all that snow. Take care of your needs. See, I'm getting this thing where, if you don't slow down or if you don't take care of your needs, you may get served up with something that will make you have to pause, that will make you have to, really take good care of yourself. And we don't want to do that, right? We want it to be on your terms. And if you can't have it on your terms, then wonderful. But sometimes life can be so busy that we forget to take care of our own needs, especially if a lot of you Aries are taking care of others. Distance yourself from things or situations that are too draining or toxic for you. This is your permission to release unwanted or unnecessary drama, conflict, people, situations right now, to really take care of your needs. You have to. This wolf is also a pathfinder. See, and you're figuring out something when it comes to your path. Get more earth sign energy coming through. What else? Okay, we got the King of Swords here. Now, the King of Swords is coming to some type of conclusion, but also, stick to your decisions, Aries. This is, a situation where Spirit doesn't want you to feel that you have to give in if you know something is right for you. Now, there may be a need to have an open and direct conversation here with someone, but what I see is that you're really taking good care of yourself. You're in charge of what's going on, especially when it comes to your needs and the need for maybe more information before you move forward here. Yep. Look at all of the possible outcomes. Now, that's what the King of Swords is doing. There may be someone here too, Aries, that you could be dealing with or you could be meeting that could help you get the clarity you need or the advice you need when it comes to moving forward. Now, air sign is coming through with the King of Swords. Let's see what else this King of Swords is doing. Oh, also, both of these cards right here, Aries, indicate the need for space. This is how you're going to gain more clarity about your situation or someone or people here. Let go of the need to be right. Ooh, even if you are right, okay, just keep the peace. Now, I see this is a man or a woman of justice, someone who is just and fair, someone who wants to be above the problems, right? To see the solutions, or at least to be, or excuse me, be the person that has to be more mature and wise. But when it comes to the need to be right, that could be exhausting here. Yeah, there may be something, Aries, that we may need to be yielding to something too. Okay, so don't get too caught up in right or wrong. Just know that you are experiencing something currently that's going to help you come to some type of conclusion and fairness for yourself. Now, there may be, not all of you Aries are dealing with this, but there may be someone here that, you know, you have to just allow the circumstances to unfold the way that it needs to without getting too overly involved, with this whole thing about let go of the need to be right. If something comes to a head here, well, Spirit is saying, let it work itself out. Remain calm, cool, and collected, and it will work out in your favor. Now, I also see someone here that may have already separated themselves from people or a person. Someone could also be single or divorced here, but that's not necessarily the case, but just take that if it resonates for you. Now, let's continue and see what else Spirit wants you to know. Because this King of Swords is certainly keeping the peace. Someone has cloaked themselves in peace. Time to reflect. Yeah, we don't want to move ahead too quickly. In fact, take your time again. I know I mentioned this with decisions, okay, especially major life decisions, because something is, surfacing here when it comes to honoring your emotions and how you want to feel, not allowing yourself to feel bad, even when you need to feel bad. But that's not the case for every single one of you Aries. This also is a time where you are gaining some type of important insight, information, answers that come from within. What else for Aries? There's the drama. Oh my goodness. Here's conflict here. Step away if you can from the conflict. Let others play the game if they want to. There's that saying, play a stupid game, win a stupid prize, And I see that Aries, you're in this position here where it's just really petty for you, I mean, you've got the real sword here. These other, problems here. There may be a lot going on with having to prove oneself or, people who want to be right. Now, put this in your situation. Some of you, this is people in your life that's causing a lot of problems, right? Or this could be inner conflict. But the answer right now is to detach, to pause, let go of the need to be right. Because look what happens when we are fighting to be right. It's exhausting and no one's winning. No one's coming out a winner except for you. If you can remain objective, keeping the peace, even if it's hard to do so, others will eventually follow suit. All right, let's continue and see what else See, the thing is this energy is actually trying to distract you. It's trying to distract you from the inner wisdom that you already have, like the answers that you already have here. Some of you already know the answer. You don't have to prove anything. The situation will prove itself, Aries. Take note of intuitive messages, and you even have this mirror guardian here. Pay attention, right, to the moon cycles, to your dreams, to things and patterns that you may be witnessing. You know, whether it's in your life or another, where you're noticing patterns and cycles that, first off, does it serve you, in the future or not? Because if things like this aren't fulfilling you or going towards your dreams, let it go. Now, these intuitive, messages, we have to be in a place of first accepting that you have the ability to receive these intuitive messages without doubting yourself, but being in a place where we are um, physically and mentally not exhausted, where the intuition can surface. That's really what it is your intuition surfacing. And that happens through taking time to reflect. Okay, what else for Aries? Yeah, we were just talking about that dream and, that moon. Dream and journey. This is that hermit. You're doing some deep soul searching here, which is good because that means you're, really getting to the root of things. Maybe the root of your dreams, maybe the root of problems here. Because when you get to the root of it, then you know exactly what to do with it. Either we're gonna pull that weed out of our life, or we're gonna nurture that root and let it grow. There may be something here too for some of you with, actually playing with drums. But it is a time to dream bigger, okay? Don't settle for less here. Let's get more about dream and journey for Aries. Okay, connect with your emotions. Aries, you need to feel whatever you need to feel so that it can be released, so that it can be accepted. You connecting with all of your emotions, good or bad, it doesn't matter. Try not to label it. It puts you in a state of grace. It puts you into a place where you don't feel stagnant or stuck here. It has some type of outlet. And somehow you're mastering your emotions here by connecting with your emotions. Got the Shaman master here. Be graceful in movement and action, right? So we aren't moving fast. We're moving very, very slow. We're taking a slow and sly or subtle approach if we need to with all things. In fact, Aries, it may have been some time for some of you, Aries, with that King of Swords, whether you were dealing with someone like this or perhaps you had to take on the persona of, really shutting down emotions. Because when we shut down the emotions for far too long, there needs to be an outlet here in some way or form. Now, if we don't have an outlet, this is where we start to feel very conflicted, very agitated, frustrated here. You're on this journey where your emotions are telling you something important that's going on in your reality here of what we're creating. Now, Spirit wants you to know that you are in this process or you have already done some type of shadow work, But right now we have to master impulses and reactions to life or others right now, especially if it's triggering. And to get back to this place of taking care of your needs. Oh yeah, see, we're holding back. This is this whole thing about mastery here. Moving with power, grace, and action. Now, it takes a lot of strength to, put yourself in a place of compassion and understanding for yourself, because when the time is right, you will need to act. We may need to watch out for how we are speaking for some of you Aries, or you may need to really listen to all that is involved in your situation, okay? Make sure that you're taking time, especially for those in a position where, I don't know if it's your family, maybe it's a group thing, maybe it's a work thing, where you need to be willing to listen to everyone and take that time. But I would suggest, if you can, take care of yourself first so that you can come to a place where you're not feeling exhausted, that you have the energy to hear all sides of a situation. I see great leadership also. Aries with the strength card. Leo is coming through here. But something is happening here where we're taming the beast within. And that takes a lot of strength and courage to not react, but to stay calm, to resist temptation. This is temptation here because it's distraction. Let's see what else Spirit wants you to know. Nine of Swords. Yeah, we're dealing with something emotionally and mentally here. Some of you, there's a lot going on here with the Knight of Swords with too much pressure or overthinking. Some of you, look at this. You might not be, you might you're having, okay, yeah, when we don't get enough sleep or get good sleep, we can all be out of balance here. So make sure that you're doing things that you can get the rest you need. Now, this was behind the Strength card, this Nine of Swords. Some of you might not believe that you've been transforming and mastering and shape-shifting your reality, but you are. So let's get more about the Nine of Swords. Air sign is coming through. This is a card of anguish, anxiety, problems with others here. Let's get more with the Nine of Swords. Don't get too caught up on the past. I know it's easier said than done, but the past, there's something about the past here. Take charge with authority. Okay, Aries, I can't even tell you how perfect this is because this Lord, to me, is like a representation of the Emperor here in Tarot, but this isn't the tarot card, but however, you do see that the ram is there. So Aries, this is really perfect because yes, this is saying that you're more than capable of taking charge. And Spirit wants you to know, that there's something going on here where you might be allowing your anxiety or stresses or worries grow out of proportion to the problem. Because with the Lord, which I see as the Emperor, is someone who's in the position or the power or capable enough to get some type of structure or organization or to really believe that you are far more stable than you realize. Now, there may be something here too where we could be stressed about a partner, whether it's romantic, business, platonic, where we could even be stressed about a partner or the lack of. But you have to be in this place of acceptance and accepting your position here as a emperor or the empress, someone who is a born natural leader, who's being asked to take charge with authority. And Spirit knows that it takes a lot of strength and confidence to make that first step or that move here. but take care of your needs. I feel that there's something here where we have to get some type of new structure in order. Whether it's looking at your schedule and working with that first, if that feels all out of whack and out of balance, or getting right with people, being able to have open and fair, honest communication. Because there's a lot of respect for you here with this position of authority. What else for Aries? Surround yourself with protective energy. Yes, Aries. I feel that this is very strong. Looking at the Five of Wands and that Nine of Swords. Okay, you've got this light here, and we do have to be in this place where we have to be conscious and aware of the energies that are surrounding you. Do what you need to do that makes you feel protected from negative influences, right? So surround yourself with protective energy. That just means, doing a daily prayer or visualization. Perhaps it's something that you wear, or, a pendant, or a stone of some type. I feel like there's going to be some type of unexpected opening here. This is why Spirit is saying, shield and protect your own energy right now. You don't have to put up with something or someone at this time. Okay, Aries, some type of peaceful resolution is on its way. And the easiest way to do that is to allow something to work itself out naturally. What else? Okay, enjoy growth and reap rewards. Aries, pause, take a breather. Things are growing in your life. You don't have to, risk things. You don't have to race into things. Take a moment to really look around at what the seeds that you have planted and the new seeds that you want to plant by getting organized, getting some type of structure down here. Or excuse me, a structure down. Now, more earth sign is coming through. Enjoy the growth. I know sometimes the growth can be a little painful, right? But let's get a little bit more with the lady. Enjoy the growth and reap the rewards, because you're taking charge of a situation here. A lot. Okay. If some of you are waiting for an opportunity here, I'm getting this thing where you may be in demand. Okay, so keep doing what you're doing. Go with the the ebbs and flows of life, right? The tides, like the ocean, right? Low tide, high tide, whatever. Track down your fears and desire. Okay, hold on, Aries. Okay, hold on. There's going to be more coming out here. And I can't even help this. The Aries, this is really significant too. Look at the ram horns. Even on this hunter. I mean, here you are showing up. I mean, you're the perfect candidate to hunt down your fears and desires. Okay, there's another card that wants to come out too. See, it's like you're pulling the weeds out of the garden of your own life here by tracking down your fears and desires. Worth. Okay, this is coming out even with this growth and reap rewards. You're being asked to honor your worth. It can be easy to feel that we aren't good enough or worthy of happiness. This simply isn't the case. However, you are worthy and you have inherent value. It's time to cherish yourself and to see your true worth. That's why you're showing up in your own reading like twice. So Work on your worth. You're worth time off to take care of your needs. That's an investment for yourself. Okay, what else for Aries? Pay attention. You're being asked to pay extra close attention to the signs you're being given, both the subtle ones and the ones that can't be missed. These signs will help you see how to best move forward in order to live your best life. This is why we have to slow down. And see this, the hermit is a wise one, knowing just when to move because we're paying attention to the signs that are surrounding you. The subtle ones and the not so subtle ones. Let's get more with that. Be the light. Oh my gosh, see, I just knew it. See how the hermit is holding that lantern, that light? That is you. And it's almost like I see that. I know it may sound weird, but it's like, you've had to extract the light from you in order to preserve it, in order to keep it pure by remaining, objective here as much as possible from other people's problems or some type of conflict here that really is beneath you. Be the light, even in the face of opposition or adversaries here. And to tell you the truth, Aries, I know a lot of you may already know this, but it takes an incredible amount of strength to know that you are a being of light, that you don't have to get drawn into too much turmoil, the drama of others, worldly matters that take too much of your energy. See, we've been depleted. This hermit to me is, I'm seeing this hermit, which is you, exhausted, taking care of your needs here, preserving your light so that you can hold it. Your light will penetrate where it needs to penetrate. And this is this is between you and the divine here of where your light is being penetrated. You just need to stand in this truth, be the light without being overly involved. I mean, you don't have to say anything. Take charge with authority just by standing in your own light here. Even in the face of maybe others wanting to take the light, be the light, whatever it is, be right. Who cares? Okay, what else? Mother Earth, feel loved and comforted. Some of you Aries, I mean, not all of you, but I feel that we all go through this anyways, where we do feel possibly isolated and alone. We may be feeling quite different from others, but I would say we're all different, right? We're all made, in some way, we're all different, but yet we're all the same. So don't feel so disconnected here, okay? Mother Earth knows the troubles that you've been around, the problems that have been lingering in your mind. You need to really honor your physical vessel and take really good care of yourself. To me, this is like the Empress energy, which is kind of cute actually, because we have the Empress and the Emperor showing up here. But anyhow, it's already a divine partnership that you have between you, your higher self, and the divine, of course. But feeling loved and comforted takes a lot of strength too. To be in this place where you are perhaps having to be vulnerable with another or others to feel loved and comforted. And you may need to say what you need to, Aries. I would encourage you, to speak your truth here. What do you need to feel loved and comforted? But also, you have the right. This is your birthright to feel loved and comforted by all of these wonderful things that want to materialize in your life. Pay attention though. Take a moment before we step into something else, right? Before we rush into anything. Something is incubating at this time, a new vision or a new dream, and this is causing a new possibility, but we do have to give it time because it's incubating. I mean, if you notice, the Mother Earth is pregnant. Okay, what else for Aries? Aries, I love this. See, Knight of Pentacles. You're on track, okay? I know something may be, challenging you, but with the Knight of Pentacles, we're also taking a pause. If you notice, the horse here is not moving. We're taking a moment to pause, to really look at where we're investing our resources, including your internal resources, right? Your time, your emotions, your mind, but also maybe your money. Now with the Knight of Pentacles, there's a stable person here in one's life. Pay attention to the people, if you do have them, that are stable, that are solid, that are of good nature. And pay attention to that, not this, okay? And I just see someone, you, Aries, that you kind of just stand out on your own here. So it's like, let the haters hate, whatever, or whatever's going on over here. But with the Knight of Pentacles, we are making slow and steady progress towards a desired goal. This is exactly what this Knight of Pentacles is doing, enjoying the growth, reaping the rewards at a slower pace. And perhaps, Aries, this might be even slower than you're used to. Now, I see a proposal here too, okay? So we may be in the right time at the right place with some type of right proposal and opportunity. Let's get more with the Knight of Pentacles for Aries. Earth sign is coming through, Aries. Also, I love this Knight that is shielded and protected. See this whole thing, surround yourself with protective energy. And we've got that beautiful armor. Because you've undergone your own transformation. Okay, look at this. Oh gosh, okay, oh my goodness, this is so, I was just talking about what you want to invest in with the future. So notice how that Knight of Pentacles, or the Knight of Pentacles, is holding that Pentacles, right? Very patient, checking in. When you think about whatever it is that you're pondering, take a moment to check in with how you feel about it. Do you feel lighter or heavier, excited or filled with dread? Pay attention to your inner guidance. It's always so helpful. Check in with yourself. Don't go towards the struggle, right? We may need to accept some struggles, but there's something about not moving too quickly into something, or maybe someone, for some of you. Go slow. The miracle of nature. Oh, okay, we've got Mother Earth here. And notice, most of these are outdoors, except for the Nine of Swords here. So some of you, it's like just being indoors too much, or maybe in the same spot is just causing, more stress for you. It might be triggering things. Anyhow, miracle of nature. Thank you, angels, for helping me to reconnect through nature and fresh air. Nature is truly your best friend. Also, nature speaks to you for those that are asking for answers or guidance or to feel comforted. What else? Because you're also worth it, Aries. Yep, you're manifesting something new. So you're always manifesting, whether you're aware of it or not. Manifestation is based on your thoughts, and you're being asked to manifest consciously through positive thinking. So you will attract into your life exactly what you're wanting. I know it could take some strength, some mental strength, right? And that might be too for some of you Aries. Can I just bring this up? You may do well with some type of maybe vigorous exercise, right? Especially if, you just feel stagnant in something, maybe get out there and get some fresh air, exercise that that you like to do if you're not doing that already. But we have to be strong here, Aries. Spirit is saying be strong. Surround yourself with protective energies. Spirit knows the crap that you have to deal with and that that you've been up against. I mean, some of you, this is like jealousy here, that Five of Wands. So, just take that, right? I mean, jealousy leads to downfall. So, play a stupid game, win a stupid prize. You know how that is. And, it's okay. We all get into a place where we may compare ourselves or we may be envious of others. But there's also something where, Aries, you might be dealing with people that, I don't know, they're trying to prove something here. They may be envious of you or something's going on. But anyhow, you're in the process of manifesting. Spirit wants you to just focus on the good. If you don't know what to manifest, go slower, be graceful in movement and action. I mean, you can see that even with that Knight of Pentacles. Have faith. It's not always easy to have faith and trust that everything is going to be okay, yet still you must do exactly that. Just holding that light in the face of darkness or the darkness of others, yet still you must do exactly that, because when you have faith, your life will begin to flow in magical ways that you never imagined were possible. You never imagined was possible. I was getting this thing where something is incubating here. Okay. Let's see what else. Unlock the magic within. Isn't this funny? Because Spirit was just talking about this whole thing about magic here. Yes, because when you have faith, your life will begin to flow in magical ways. Unlock the magic within, and we even have the manifest. So this is magician energy. You don't need to look beyond your resources. In fact, work with what you have. Work with what you have and know you're gaining more, but it may take some concentration. It may take the need to rest, right? Because a lot of you are feeling overwhelmed. But you're unlocking something very powerful here when it comes to harnessing some type of grace when it comes to co-creating with Spirit here. Pay attention to everything right now when it comes to being graceful and giving yourself grace, knowing you're worthy of being able to slow down, being able to be and feel comforted. Let's see, what else? Embrace the energy of peace. Aries, look at that. Let go of the need to be right or maybe have it your way, because maybe sometimes, we have to be yielding, because sometimes what happens is Spirit knows what's up ahead here. And what you think that you want, if it hasn't been working out, it may not be the best thing for you, because Spirit may have something or someone better. But you have to be in this place of peace. Somehow we have to cultivate peace. We have to sow the seeds of peace. We have to embrace peace. I'm seeing peace and truce here. For those of you that may have some type of problems with others, you might, something's happening here where It should start to feel a lot more harmonious, whether it becomes harmonious with others or you just kind of move beyond them. I want more about this piece too, because I get this thing where there may be apologies. Anyhow, let's get more about embrace the energy of peace. Harness that mystic power. Here's the High Priestess. You know, knowing your innate abilities, knowing you have this power. And yes, others may see it as mystical. Others may not understand it, but it doesn't matter. What matters is you staying focused, you taking your power back by being in the energy of peace and not doubting yourself or the situation. What else? Slow down, Aries. Okay, this card wants to show itself too. And listen, okay. Life isn't a race. Oh my gosh. Look at, we were just talking about this. Life isn't a race, nor is it a competition. You need to slow down. Doing so doesn't make you weak or less than. It makes you strong, wise, and much better able to navigate life with clarity and ease. See? It takes a lot of strength to do that. Look at that. King of Swords. And the Strength card. This is the King of Swords has the clarity to navigate and, with ease, to make decisions. And also, Aries, if you're fighting about something, there is something here where I feel some of you Aries are fighting whether or not you made the right decision. Just stick to your decisions. And also do what if you say something, do what you're going to, do. Do what you say. Stick to your decisions here, the past ones, for some of you guys, especially if you're going back and forth with it. And also listen. You're being asked to listen to your inner voice. It's been guiding you to do something or say something. It's time to act on its wisdom. And this is where I see where you have that wisdom. You've gotten some type of power back, or you're gaining your power back, and you're able to listen to your intuition and effectively communicate here to get what it is you need, whether it's information, whether it's support, whether it's to negotiate or renegotiate deals. Okay, what else? And I felt like this card was sticking to me, so let's look. Choice. You're being asked to make a choice that you've been struggling with. It's time to decide which path you're going to take. Okay, this is the path you're going to take, the peace path. Listen to your intuition. Eliminate everyone else's input. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at that Five of Wands. Everybody else's input. And feel your way into the choice that is right for you. You've got to feel your way. The time is now. This is using your intuition here. And I felt like we had another message about that too. Feeling your way. I felt like we did. Maybe it was here. Something like that. Allow yourself to step back, look at the possible outcomes, and make sure you're headed in the right direction before moving forward by noticing how it feels on you. How does that choice feel, before you actually make that choice? This is going to help you immensely. All right, now let's continue and see what else. Comfort. Oh my goodness, you're getting 2 cards about comfort. Feel loved and comforted. How? Okay, this is so perfect. If you don't know how to take care of your needs or slow down, well, this is a good, advice here. How can you bring more comfort into your life? You can increase your comfort through tangible things such as soft clothes and food, and intangible things such as thinking loving thoughts about yourself and inviting peace into your heart. Because you deserve it, Aries. You deserve to feel comfortable. I can't emphasize that enough. What else? Okay, no, that is actually it. So, Aries, I want to find out how Spirit is currently helping you that you need to be aware of. How is Spirit helping Aries? Ah, we have Archangel Raphael. Medicine Guardian, be open to healing information. Healing your mind, healing your heart. Now, I also get something too. There may be, okay, this is not going to resonate for all of you, but, for some of you Aries, if you, let's just an example. Let's say you're really hard bent on only doing like maybe natural medicine or something like that. And maybe, there may be something with prescription medicine or pharmaceutical. Okay. I'm not condoning and I'm not, you know, whatever the word is, sponsoring this, but I'm just saying this because of my own experience as well. Sometimes we have to trust, though, that others are there to help you. So whether it's incorporating maybe ideas or healing modalities that maybe perhaps you were never open to, or some of you were totally closed off, to take a second look at that, to be open to that, that that you're divinely guided and protected, and heaven would never put you in a position to feel unsafe. A lot of you are becoming powerful healers. You're receiving the news and the information, the knowledge that you need to open up your own healing gifts or practices of some type, whether it's just personal or maybe it's on a professional level. And then I also get another message. A lot of you are going to hear good news when it comes to results, some type of physical fitness results, or maybe lab work, or maybe some type of healing of some past ailment. Anyhow, we got the medicine guardian coming through, allowing you to turn, the challenges of life too. Life serves us medicine all the time. It's what we do with it. That it can either be healing or not. And for you, I'm seeing that it's healing. It's making you stronger than ever and more resilient than ever when the time is right to be resilient to others. But we do have to also be open, for information and for others' support too. And your intuition is going to tell you if it's good or not. Now, before we end the reading, let's find out what you have to look forward to. What does Aries have to look forward to? Taking the time. Oh, look, expanding. Okay, reaping rewards. You're being asked to take stock of your life and let go of anything or anyone that no longer makes you happy. This is what you have to look forward. Oh my gosh, and that's what the King of Swords is doing, cutting it out. Okay, whoops, let's see. So this is what you have to look forward to. Letting go of anything or anyone that no longer makes you happy. Notice who and what brings you joy and who and what don't. It's time for some life change because you're being asked to expand. You live in a huge world with endless possibilities, and staying safe in the known is no longer working for you. It's time to make your world just a little bit bigger. It's time to imagine the possibilities and go for them. Your world is getting bigger, Aries. That's what you have to look forward to because you're letting go of the things that feel constricting so that you can expand and evolve and be in your rightful place here as the Emperor or the Empress. Now, I hope that this was helpful. Love and light. Take care.